EcoHealth.
Who controls the environment around you? You, your family? What about mini mosquitoes? Unfortunately, all of those answers are right. Mosquitoes and humans are bioengineers. We create and impact our physical environment. This is Christian, an education specialist at the San Gabriel Valley Mosquito and Vector Control District. Mosquitoes are controlling the physical environment.
Oh no!
But let's take it back. You've heard of mosquitoes. They're tiny, are different colors, and are masters of surprise. You usually don't even know they've been around till you feel their gift, an itchy red bump.
Ouch!
Sometimes they leave another gift too.
Oh no!
That's why we call them vectors. Vectors are animals that carry and pass on germs that can make us sick. Very sick. Mosquitoes impact our health without a doubt. But how dangerous are they really? Let's compare a female mosquito, the only ones that bite, to the deadliest animals in the world. What would you say is the deadliest animal in the world? A shark? A lion? A snake? Maybe another human?
We're dangerous.
Whoa! Mosquitoes win, hands down. They are the most dangerous animal in the world, killing over 700,000 people every year worldwide.
Oh no!
That's a lot of people. Mosquitoes are as small as the tip of your thumb. But the pathogens or germs they transmit to humans are very dangerous. And all it takes is one bite. Mosquito-borne diseases vary from person to person, from experiencing mild symptoms to even death. Our Culex mosquitoes are California natives. They're naturally found in our region and cause harm to people and the pets we love. These sneaky mosquitoes transmit the viruses for West Nile fever and encephalitis and St. Louis encephalitis, or SLE for short. But the tropical Aedes mosquito is our new enemy. They can transmit pathogens or germs that are typically found in the tropics, like Zika, dengue, yellow fever, and chikungunya. Luckily, we don't have those tropical pathogens in our cities in the San Gabriel Valley right now. But if we did, those suckers could pass them around like a hot potato. I'll talk more about how to stay safe later. Now, let's talk about how mosquitoes and humans impact the physical environment. Humans and mosquitoes both influence the physical environment. I'm talking about the non-living elements of a place, like water, air, and soil. Humans think they're the masters of the world.
We're the best.
And we do influence the physical environment a ton. We build roads and we drive cars that pollute the air. We create lakes and move the flow of water by creating flood channels. But mosquitoes have been calling the shots really from the beginning. Their biting and living patterns bring them up close and personal to us as they look for food, water, and shelter. And unfortunately for us, humans have been engineering homes for mosquitoes forever. Many of us don't even know that we do it. Here's just one of many examples of how these up-to-no-good mosquitoes have shaken up some of our brilliant plans. In the 1800s, people needed a way to shorten the trip from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, saving time and money. To move goods from New York to San Francisco, ships had to go all the way around South America. Can you imagine being on a rocky ship for weeks and weeks?
I feel sick.
But there was another way. Build a canal, a waterway system in the Isthmus of Panama. the narrowest point between the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean, reducing the trip by thousands of miles.
That was quick.
Dynamiting the whole way through the thinnest 50-mile stretch of the land. The project sounded like an awesome idea, except the French learned the hard way that there were little suckers that would throw a wrench into their plans. Mosquitoes. The Isthmus of Panama was a mosquito paradise, lush and rich with stagnant, nasty water. The French started the Panama Canal project but were overwhelmed by the number of mosquitoes and were shut down. In 1904, however, Americans had a new plan. They learned about the infamous mosquito and its cold-blooded pathogens, malaria and yellow fever. So, they created the sanitary department for the area around the canal. They got smart and controlled mosquitoes by taking drastic measures within 200 yards of the villages and near homes. Americans leading the canal project drained all pools of water where mosquito babies grow. They cut brush and grass to create more open, mosquito-free spaces. They put window screens on buildings to prevent mosquitoes from flying in. They used oils and larvicides to kill mosquito babies in the water and killed adult mosquitoes too. And they gave out medicine to protect people from malaria. And guess what? It worked. For every 1,000 employees in 1906, over 11 people were dying. Once they implemented all of these mosquito control efforts, 3 years later in 1909, the deaths fell to around 1. 10 less people were dying for every 1,000 people. This was a great improvement. So mosquitoes stopped us in our tracks for a while. Although mosquitoes had a foothold in the region, Americans reduced the stagnant water that mosquitoes need to thrive and as a result, reduced the transmission of pathogens that were impacting canal workers. Less nasty stagnant water meant less mosquitoes. People were able to take control of the physical environment and change it to their benefit, adding an artificial waterway, the Panama Canal, in the middle of the Americas. But mosquitoes have not disappeared. They are thriving all around us and affect us every day. Mosquitoes prevent us from enjoying a nice day outside and make us really itchy. And the pathogens they carry can make us sick to the point where we can't even do what we need to do, like attending school or going to work. But we have a choice. Don't let mosquitoes keep you indoors. Don't let them control your physical environment. You can keep them away by removing the physical environment they need. Mosquitoes need stagnant water to grow. Adult mosquitoes will lay their eggs in or around yucky water filled with algae and bacteria. Gross, right? Their babies will grow in 5 to 7 days, and more irritating, biting adult mosquitoes will emerge. Don't let them. No stagnant, algae and bacteria-filled water means no mosquitoes. And don't be fooled. Mosquitoes don't need a lot of water. They can grow in items as small as bottle caps. Search around your home for water in items like plant trays, vases, toys, buckets, small containers, and other places that collect water. And tip them out. If possible, toss out the item. For a bird bath or a pet dish, tip out the water once a week and then refill it with clean water. And of course, protect yourself while you're doing all of this. Wear loose, long-sleeve shirts and pants, and use repellent on your skin. Mosquitoes hate repellent. Tipping and tossing is super easy. Protect yourself and your community from mosquitoes by looking for cryptic sources where mosquitoes might be hiding. You can make a big difference in the number of mosquitoes by removing their physical environment. Don't let them take over the physical environment. Who's going to win the engineering war? You or mini mosquitoes? The choice is yours.